No, I did not say when I was 16 I went to Cambridge
That's
International
literally
School.
what you
I said
said.
when I was 16 I went to Vets, not Cambridge.
Speaking of vets, if vets has denied you, so if Kuwusi people are so in, okay, not even for people's sake, but for your own sake, you know Ugusi Ustambela Manga. So why are you doing this? Like, what are you hoping to achieve out of all
So
of this?
let me get, so you guys sent names that I have said that, oh, listen, by the way, these are not mine. And then you went to the institutions.
But the names that you did say are yours are not
But
you,
then,
because you said Ugusi, you are Sanele Zingelwa, and Usanele Zingelwa, the real one, came out to say Ugusi, you have
did I
stolen his
say I am
identity.
Sanele Zingelwa or did I say I am Zingelwa?
You said that you're Sanele Zingelwa.
Where did I say that? Because
You
I've
said that
never,
on one of your I mean, this thing has been going on
not
for
my,
almost.
one of my lives, no. On one of my lives, I showed a name tag. I did not say that, hi guys, my name is Sanele Zingelwa.
One eternity later.
Can everybody please get out?
No.
No, everybody must go out.
No. Why jump to the police?
I didn't.
I was with you, man.
I didn't.
I go to the threat.
I did not.
Who is this? Who is this?
Ooh. Dr. Matthew Lani, the one person that lives rent-free in all our heads. I don't think that there's any more crazy you can get or delusional than this gentleman over here. For those of you that are not aware, so we've been dealing with a fake doctor for the longest time. A gentleman by the name of Dr. Matthew Lani. So what happens is that the so-called doctor has been on TikTok for the longest time, of course creating a following, giving medical advice. Of course it goes far back as like I think 2020 if I'm not mistaken, or even further than that, where this person has been administering vaccines and all this, all among the guise of being a doctor, right? So of course, you know, like our South African followers, we are not stupid. We're not easily bought into nonsense when things don't make sense. Therefore, we will question it, you know. And so of course the followers and other people that have been part of his audience have questioned the validity, is that a word? The validity of his qualifications to say, dude, I've seen you as a doctor, but I've never seen you in practice. I've never seen you dealing with patients. I've never seen you in a hospital. All the content that you've been creating is basically behind in front of a cupboard with a stethoscope around your neck, right? And of course, this obviously, you know, started getting people to do their research on him. And of course, getting that, they, you know, looking at research, they've gone to, you know, doctors boards where there's a database of real doctors. So if you're a doctor or practitioner in that respect, your name should be on the database there for doctors. And of course, being a doctor within that HPCSA, if I'm not mistaken, I hope my acronyms are not wrong, is that you would obviously have to go through a a rigorous amount of requirements that they need for you to be qualified and or to be under the database. So if you're looking for a specific doctor, go to that database, and of course his name is not there. Then there's been different of course he's had different stories, and he's tried every length to cover himself hectically. That means he just wants to maintain this lie, and that's what I'm going to get into, you know what I'm saying? So of course now it's arisen that even though the fans or the followers or whoever looks at his content has been scrutinizing, you know, his background, it still doesn't make sense at all. It does not make any sense, and He's tried to cover that. People have asked him something as simple as, dude, where are your qualifications? Why I've seen most doctors, they always have their qualifications behind them if they're on a, of course, on camera, etc. But this guy, none of that. And of course, he's covered that. He's tried to maintain this lie, and he looks like he's willing to die on his hill. So of course now it's come to the point where finally he's been arrested. And guys, I didn't want to cover this because I don't think that, until such point that you have everything, to its utmost, to the T, and you have all that information, then of course follow through with it, of course. But sometimes generally people just, of course, upload stuff for clickbait, etc. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's none of my business. Do what you want to do. But in this case, of course, I'm giving you this because finally he's been freaking arrested. You understand? And I don't understand as to why he's been running around so long under these fake things. Even the universities have denounced him to say, we don't know this guy, and I'm sure Department of Health have egg in their face because they've come to a point where they even recognize this guy and they endorsed him to be part of their ad campaigns, etc. Because he's the face, he's got a TikTok following, but not knowing that, is this guy actually a real doctor? Insane. You know what I mean? It actually really does make, that makes it look like they've got egg on their faces. And of course, if you're going to try to save face, you're going to denounce this. But nah, you endorsed this, you co-signed this nigga. So provincial police spokesperson Colonel Dimakato said he was apprehended by security at the Helen Joseph Hospital on Sunday night. The police can confirm that the social media personality goes by the name of Dr. Matthew Lani has been apprehended on Sunday evening by security personnel at the Helen Joseph Hospital while trying to enter the institution. The Gauteng Department of Health explained that Lani was caught just before 8 p.m. He was wearing a hoodie and a surgical mask over his face with a stethoscope around his neck, his famous stethoscope. So basically, yeah, so in a sense, yeah, he was apprehended. Of course, from what the reports say, he was actually caught and approached in the hospital facility. They reprimanded him, of course, and of course held him there. And then until such point, he asked to go to the bathroom, he attempted to escape, and then he jumped out of a window of some sorts. And of course, as you can see from the video there, he was bleeding at the mouth, they were holding him down and all that type of thing. So much drama. Of course, after the facts, of course, he came to, be very sympathetic, and his tune changed in terms of what he's done wrong, and he's sorry.
It has always been on my TikTok. So
Fine, right here, your statement stating, you see the things you're telling me, just put it here in writing, that you came here, you are sorry, you were doing your video.
You guys have already pressed charges, and
Papa,
I'm really sorry.
You are causing defamation of our hospital status. And for you to claim you are an intern in Helen Joseph Hospital, it says a lot of things. How many people have you given this medication?
No, these are my ARV medications.
And why are you saying you are bringing them to patients?
No,
wearing a stethoscope and people that you meet outside thinking you are a doctor, who knows what you're doing with it?
I'm not doing anything. I've never seen patients.
That's why, Papa, we have to call the police because this is a public hospital, and you are coming here without any permission, talking to anybody, doing the things in our hospital, and putting it on a video, and people thinking that this is a Helen Joseph doctor.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, you understand. No, I can't. Remember, I told you that the CEO of the hospital is the one who will be accountable. I've given the information. He's not at the premises at the moment. That will be discussed with him.
I'm so sorry. I really am.
You are really wasting our time, Papa.
No, I will write.
Can you please write the statement?
I will write. But then he's taking me a video and
He's a police.
No, he works for the hospital.
He's not.
But then he told me that. I'm really sorry. I'm truly sorry.
Papa, I hear that you are sorry and everything.
Okay.
The police will pardon you and the fact that...
One thing I wanted to just talk about here is that I get it. We all know what's going on with the situation. We all aware that this guy is not a real doctor in any sense of the word. But at the same time, I really do see a lot of narcissistic traits in this gentleman right here, because as much as he has been caught out numerous times over the past couple of weeks, or literally over the month, to find out that he's not a real doctor, he's still willing to die on his hill. He's still willing to die on his hill, going and sneaking into hospitals and stuff. I think one point in time, if you continue this, you will find the wrong one. You will find the wrong one. And I hope to the systems that they take this seriously, because there's a lot of fake there's a lot of fake everything's coming out of the woodworks. There's a lot of fake everything. There's a lot of fake doctors. There's a lot of fake, people impersonating and frauds and scammers, etc. So I think within the medical field, I don't know how the medical field works, and I guess they do take this seriously, because not only is a situation where you're trying to sneak in, this is going to follow where there's a whole line of things from the past that he's been doing that is going to catch up with him. And I hope they do. I honestly hope they do put it all on the table and say, this is what's happening, and there needs to be consequences and repercussions for this gentleman, because my dude, you're going to jail.
Ass up, lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Alright, you're going to jail. I hope you go to jail. You understand? How many vaccines, how much medication are you administering? How many prescriptions are you recommending to people? How many people are you diagnosing with sicknesses? All these type of things come around, and it comes back to this point where you're willing to basically say, I'm still going to continue. You even came to a point where you denounce, you dumb fool, you denounce the stethoscope, which you always wear around your freaking neck, my guy. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. It's just so irritating how people were so, and that's the problem we have, especially with social media, was so entwined and so fixated by what people do and what they talk, and how they live their life, and was so awed by them, but not knowing that they're frauds. People are stupid out here. Use your discernment and just figure out for yourself what's real and what's not. Don't be so quick to follow people because you don't know what they have in the background. Do your own due diligence and research. Because they're your favorites doesn't make them doesn't put them above reproach. Nobody's above reproach. That's the situation. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This guy is a clown to me. He's been all over. I haven't done a video of this because I feel like it's really pointless, but I came to the point now where I'm like, this guy's still at it. He's the gift that keeps on giving. When it comes to content, I can't help it. He's the gift that keeps on giving. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going, keeps putting out there. They took down his previous TikTok page. He still came back, started a new one, and still continued to do what he does with his freaking stethoscope around his neck. Something that you buy at freaking Crazy Store. I hope they put the hammer down on this dude, to be honest with you. I hope they do. And tell me, guys, what you think about this whole situation, because I think it's a whole farce, man. Let's get rid of frauds, man. So until the next episode, guys, peace.